Okay, so I'm back. Still can't figure this one out though. Why it even is saying that it should be steps 2, should be steps 1. Uh, this does seem to be correct. I mean, it only has the position 2, 0, 0. That's fine. Then it starts here to go to minus. Apparently we went up. And then it says steps 3. It really is weird. How can it be? So then it says 3 steps with an end of 0, 1, 0. That should also just be 2. No? Because my start stays the same. My start is minus 2, minus 1. And I go to 0, 1. That's 2 in every direction. Huh? Minus 2 to 0. 0 minus minus 2 is 2. 1 minus minus 1 is also 2. Delta x and delta y both are 2. If I take the maximum of it, how can I end up at 3? And then he starts at position minus 2, 1, 0. Minus 2, 1, 0 doesn't really make sense. Steps, because yeah, my step x, my step y remains the same. It's always step x, step y. How is that even possible? Why? How can I step x? This is funky. It's probably because of the division by 3, which is not expected. Because my delta x, I mean, the delta x is probably calculated correctly. Delta y. But then because of division, it just becomes 0, and then it's a bit weird that it actually is not 0 in the other direction, but I don't understand how my math max can be so wrong. The absolute value of delta x, this should be delta y. I don't understand. If only I could debug this a bit more easily. I have to look into a way to actually debug the scripts, because this is just ridiculous. Okay, that's better, except for the beginning. Steps on delta x minus 1, step minus 1. Okay, start minus 4, end minus 5. And then how come it painted 0, 0? You think that's what it does when you give an empty vector? Wait, what is my highlight correct? Highlight, start, end, get positions. No, position at length should be 0. No, this should be fine. Get line positions. No, that should be fine. Besides, it should even mark this as not a valid line, so I don't get it. But it does seem to be highlighting something which it should not be highlighting. Okay, so that's the next thing to look into. Not sure about that one. Anyway, but we have start end, which doesn't do anything, which is okay, because it shouldn't do anything. Minus 5, minus 4, that's because it always starts at the, it doesn't go up to the point where you are. Something I can easily change with the equals smaller than, just change it smaller than equals, but I'm first going to try to figure out if I have the next one. So then I have delta x minus 1 and delta y minus 1. Okay, my step is also both minus 1. Then I have an end of minus 5 minus 5. And it says I have 2 steps, which is, no, even here it says steps 1, I assume. Oh, the debugging is really annoying. Can I not do this? Can I not collapse? Okay, that's better. Let's check here at the bottom. So I say steps 4. Is that the first one I log? Yeah, okay, I log steps 4. Minus 1, minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. That's all perfect. Start is minus 4, minus 4. End is minus 8, minus 8. That's correct. Should indeed be. So this one actually does seem to work. So, problem is I don't know the previous highlight, the previous point. If I want to clear the highlight between points dot last and my previous cell position, which is not necessarily my current position. That's annoying. Do I somewhere? This is the cell position, but I don't save it anywhere. I will have to save it no matter what. Huh? Okay, so then how come I have a hover position? It's not being used. I do have hover position. Hover position when I click. Is actually being used for something if I go up again. Does it make sense? Why do I need to click and then let go? I honestly don't even care where you click down. All of this can actually be gone after this. So my hover position. Okay, but then I also need to know whether it was a valid line between that and the hover position. Well, not necessarily, I think. Yeah. That's too much work, but okay. To do, see if better to check valid line with hover. That's a very bad English sentence, but okay. It's also not always there, so I should be careful. Was it get or what was it? Hover position has value. Yeah. No, there's value here, but I should do if hover position has value, then we will clear it. And actually I should do hover position equals cell position. Well, but only if it's within the border, of course. Okay, yeah, this really needs some cleanup, but hopefully it will help me a bit now to see where I'm at. Also, without the console being spammed, well, it will be spammed. When I click here, yeah, I'll have see. So that's the annoying thing, yeah. I can't pause it. So I have steps 4. Start -4, end -4. How the hell is this 4? Delta y is 1. How can delta y be 1? It's 0, 0. Oh my god. This is the problem of all my issues, I assume. Oh. So, still does funky stuff, and it still does not clear my hover all the time. That's funky. Why is it not clearing up this one? Is there a problem with my clear highlight as well? No, because my clear highlight just relies on my get line positions. I mean, there must still be something off with my get line positions method. This is also very funky that I can actually go outside of the thing, which should not be possible. Actually, this is kind of the behavior I wanted. But this is messed up. Okay, refresh, restart. If I click, I go out, that's already wrong. Can I break it? Can I? Steps 10. Yeah, that makes sense because that was when I went up. Here the beginning, steps 1, x, x. Minus 1, minus 1. Okay, steps 1. Minus 1, 1. I think it really is because it just gives back. You know what the problem is? It's. It probably creates a new vector3 int, which is 0, 0, 0, because it doesn't override it, doesn't fill it up. I'm thinking whether a list might be better than a list where I can actually add them. So I don't have to. No, that might actually be better. Default initial capacity. What's default? I think that actually might be better to just convert this to a list. So vector, because that's C# for you. Because then here I can do also. I assume they don't have an empty list. List.empty. So then I have to also do new list. Okay. Actually, you know what I can do? Because yeah, with the list I can just do like this. If I don't really care too much about the initial capacity, but initial capacity I don't think would be that much of a problem. I honestly don't know what the initial capacity on a vector is going to be, or on the list is going to be. Can I even check that? I can't even check what the default capacity is. Could be smarter about it, but yeah. So the problem is that it would return a because my steps were not in line with the thing. Actually, I don't have to do this. I can still work with an array because this would work. Can I say 0 in here actually? Smaller than steps, and this should be smaller than or equal to steps, because in this case it will actually fill it up. It's really funky how you can have this new expression like this. Nice. So if I click now, it needs to ask for the bounds of the array. Oui. Steps. How come? Steps is 4, and then I get this one at a render grid 195 here at this position. How can it all of a sudden be out of bounds? I create a new vector3 int of length steps. I iterate over the steps. As long as it's smaller than or equal to steps. And my step starts counting as 1. If I create one of length 1, oh, okay, yeah, this should definitely be 0, smaller than, and then I should say here, int x equals step minus 1. Wow, this would have given weird behavior as well, no? Because of the of course I could also just do step minus 1 in here. Which is better? Let me do that. Step minus 1. Okay. See, I don't understand why it's not clearing the previous one. It has an issue with diagonals. This should also be cleared immediately. Not only if it's a valid line. So that's easy to fix. The diagonals, that's is a bigger issue. Why doesn't being cleared? So I should do like this. If there are no points, we don't do anything. We haven't clicked yet. If there is a hover position, then we clear the highlight. Boom. Yes, if you have a new valid line, then we highlight that one. Okay, but so this clear highlight should now always work. But for some reason it has issues with diagonals, which is weird because it can highlight them. It just, okay, no, I know what the problem is. The problem why it's funky is because it would overwrite the hover position. So now it should work fine. So the problem was that it would overwrite the hover position if I would go next to it, then it would overwrite the hover position with this one, and then apparently with diagonals it does something funky, which it doesn't do for straight lines, which is also a bit weird, but okay. So now you can see whenever you have a correct line, and if I click, it stores it, and I can go next. I can go, oh. Why the hell did it do that? Oh, that was funky. Let's try again. I go here, I go there. If I go here, then it deleted something. I think it's my clear highlight that tries to remove too much. Problem is I can't rely on my log because I'm logging too much. Go here, go here, go here, go here. Okay. It's still logging. Okay, so I think I might have to do a check on it as well to see whether it was a valid line to be cleared. I don't understand is... Ah, yeah, no, I think I kind of understand it. The problem is because I didn't check whether it was a valid line. It tried to interpolate the line, and because of the integer calculation, because of the interpolation, it will probably remove things it shouldn't have removed. That does, however, mean that if I would ever go back to my starting point, it will also remove that point, which is not good. It will remove that highlighting. If I click here, I go here, and I would go back here, and then move away, my highlighting is gone, which is not how it should be. Okay, so now it should be a bit more resilient towards all kind of things, except for going back. See, it's all much better. So I can do bam, bam, bam. Oh damn, that's not a valid position. Where is this one going to? Here. And then, ta-da! We have the shape, and then we should fill it up. How am I going to catch the fact that it is clear highlight? I want to clear the highlight with the last position, but only if I actually edit the highlight. So maybe I should extend my isValid line. I have access to the points. Yeah. isValid line. Probably should check. But the isValid line is really is a simple method. Then I should add an extra method. Private bool is new valid line. Should I not also, because I always take the last, so it's last points, last points, last. And then I should say is valid point. And then I say here final, not final, I say vector 3 int start equals points dot last. I should say if points dot contains maybe we should add the same things with the clear highlighting. Okay, nice. Because the highlight and clear highlights we also only do it between the last ones, I assume. Well, sometimes we, of course, sometimes we only highlight the one cell, I guess. Well, no, this is going to be removed. Okay, but that's for the cleanup. After the cleanup, we'll look into that. So now there should be another check to see whether the pointer already in use. The question, of course, is how is the equals implemented? If I go here and I go here and I go back, It still clears the highlight. But it did not clear the highlight of this point, which is also interesting. Why is that the case? And maybe I should add some extra checks to see about the border. Now it actually did remove it. What the hell? And it doesn't even highlight this anymore. Look. I have it highlighted up to here. I go up there, and it clears the highlight. I think there is something wrong going on with the is valid points. That's valid point. Let's see. Okay, let's get this working, and then we've made some progress again for the day. I should add a check on the boundaries, but I'll probably do that off camera. I hope, because I should have more time this one. Already used. That's good. Now it's not already used. If I go up here, already used. But why did... that's okay. Yeah, no, I have to do something else, because if I... Yeah, okay, I understand the point. So the thing is, he recognizes this point, but if I go... If I take this as my previous point, see, if I went here, now I go away, he doesn't realize that actually this section should remain there. Okay. Honestly, there is valid point. I'm not sure if I really need that. The check to see whether it really exists. Maybe not, but it does at least allow for nicer methods. But I'm going to delete this one. I don't really, it doesn't do anything. What I'm probably going to do is I'm going to add yet another layer. Z layer hover highlight. Yes. So that means that when I click, I let go this color, this. There actually is no highlighting on letting go. That's annoying. It's also a bit ridiculous, of course, but yeah, I need it because I want to remove the other highlighting. Alternatively, I can add a check to see whether the point was on. I will need to do that anyway, at some point. Because what happens if I need advanced checks to see if it crosses with an existing line. Think here, 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 and then here. This should also not be valid. But currently it is. Because he doesn't realize that this point goes through this point. Yeah, and this is really annoying. Maybe I should just do different lines, different layers, because otherwise trying to figure out, well, if I can figure out that this actually crosses with another line, then this would not be a valid line. And it will never happen. As soon as I go here, we're like, oh, no, you're crossing a line, you can't do this one. You're not allowed to do it, and I would not highlight it. So maybe that's a better way to do it, instead of just working with another layer. Let's see if we can do that, but that I think will be something for next week. So the idea is to not clear highlight here, highlight. Of course, my hover position should also do it. So in my isValid points, I should say to do add out of bounds check. That's one thing, and to do add. What do we just say? Add logic for crossing. That's exactly what I just said. Interesting. It's almost like you can hear me. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting one. It's gonna be a heavy one as well. And then I still need to find a way to fill everything. But at least I can make some shapes. See, I can make some shapes. You have to kind of ignore this part. I can make shapes. Ta-da! I can't fill them up yet, but I can make shapes. Okay, I'm gonna remove all my debug logging. I think the script is also becoming so big that I actually might want to split it up. I'm actually not sure if this actually still has value. I have to think about that one as well. The highlighting does happen here, but then again, the highlighting also happens when I actually move. So I don't think I need this highlighting. I don't even think I need this hover position. Because I mean, like, you hover now all the time, and it's just when you click, if you click down, nothing really matters, nothing happens. It's when you let go that it matters. And it's when you let go that we check, okay, if it's still a volatile position, then you cancel the whole thingy. Then I also have to remove all highlighting. That's an important one. You know, you would think, maybe I can do that actually with the fill, the whole box. I just remove the tiles, no? Because clear highlighting is just setting to no, I think, no? Clear highlight, yeah, it's just setting it to no. Okay. So, I mean, the clear highlighting, could I do? That's something I could do with a box fill. That's something you can easily do with a box fill. This mouse is always processed. I assume it is. So if the position has value, if hover position has value, should it not always be having a value right now? Mouse down we don't even care about. I'm just going to remove the hover position always. And then I'm going to check is the valid tile. Then I'm going to clear everything. I should remove highlighting as well. So it's not the valid tile. It's not a valid tile position. Ah, yes, that's my out of bounds check as well a bit. Yeah. So this actually is what I should do. Where is valid point? And so actually I should do this. No, maybe not. I was gonna say to do is valid point. Then I'm thinking if you click by accident off your points, then you remove everything. That's probably not what you want. So I'm gonna stick this with just actually if you click outside of the region, then you remove everything. Then you clear everything. Okay, if points.counts equals 0, that means it's your starting point. Yes. Okay, we don't do anything. And then you check whether it's really a valid point. For instance, if I do this, then I should clear everything, which now it didn't do, but yeah, that's just because of the highlighting that doesn't. It's also funky how if you click, if you click outside, then it actually doesn't really do it. It always goes unless. why is that the case? Why would that be the case? Probably because of here. This stuff messing it up. But I think I can actually just completely remove this part. So this is the up, and then we check if it's a valid point. If points, we can compare the first point with the current points. Then we say completed shape. We remove all the points. Otherwise, we just add it to the shape. Yes, that seems to be kind of correct. To do color the shape. Yes, that's something else we have to do. So I do here. Wait. Okay. I see. There is nothing that colors my first cell now. That's probably something we should do on mouse button up. It looks kind of like a boot. Okay, if is valid points, if points first, completed shape, else points at, if points count equals 0, then I should say highlight cell position. Here we highlight the first one. Let's see, so I can do this, and I let go. Colored, yes. Okay, so that seems to work. That's pretty nice. And then of course you have the mess you can get into with crossing lines, crossing with yourself. I'm completely messed up. Okay, if you don't complete the shape, to do color the shape. Yes, so color the shape, and that means it has to be done on a different Z layer. But so this is indeed all not required anymore. It's getting nicer and nicer. Okay, it's starting to look good. Name can be simplified. Okay, that seems indeed better. Okay, but that will be it for today. So, what am I gonna do offline? I'm gonna see if I can look something up to find these crossing region things. And I'm also maybe gonna look for an algorithm to actually fill shapes. That's also gonna be funny and interesting. Yes, okay. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Because everything else seems to work. Because as soon as you fill the shape, I mean, like now it's still just highlighting. It should actually become on the actual fill layer, which is currently also not really being used that much, but yeah. Maybe I should also this set tile flex, and whatever, and border. This is okay. This is border position. Yeah, okay. Set tile flex none. Okay, set tile flex set tile. I think I do it at one more here. Set tile flex set color in the highlight. Probably want to extract this part as well. Yeah. Okay, but that will be for next week. Okay, see you then. Bye.